It's Gigio. We out here trying to function. You're watching Rebels and Poets TV.
If you don't use it, then you lose it. And that about a trick, cause my music don't get pussy. You can still hold my dick in ball bearings. Assembly line worker keeps slowing down production. You keep talking about your money, he was screaming out injustice. Yep, you the definition of a hustler. A male prostitute soliciting all male customers. How does one's one save community? Save one's one from outward stupidity. Survivor, I'm the tiger and the life is pie. See the stars in the water and the water in the sky. Raining, there's another method of your wealth pull out. So vain, even at the store you have to self-check out. I'll do everything on the tabloids now. So if I get famous you can't lie about me now. Body cane heavy, how you like me now? Body cane heavy, how you like me now? Ow.
Peace, what it do?
What that is?
State your name, dog.
Taste Nate.
Taste Nate, what it do, man? How you living, dog?
Living good, man. Just wrapping up a little recording session with the homie.
Word up, word up. This is Rebels and Poets TV, episode 2. You know, and I wanted to get you on here, man, because you're definitely the homie, and you're definitely a rebel and a poet, and a very versatile dude, man. And just to start things off, why don't you go ahead and tell the people a little bit about what you do?
Man, that's, the main thing I like to do is I like to write raps or poetry, if you wish, and I've been doing that for a long time, a very long time, and I've been recording myself doing that since maybe I was like 16 or 17. Started off with the Acid Pro, just $5 microphone, just getting it in, trying to stay out of trouble.
Where did it all begin?
Bay Area, I was in, actually, it really began like up north. I was living up in Susanville, we was out there for a minute, we started freestyling. My older brother put me onto that, freestyling.
So, yeah.
That's how I kind of started, was with the freestyle, and then eventually started rapping when I got a little older. And back in high school, started just, recording myself through that, working on those mixtapes or whatever, looping up beats. And that's how it's been a long journey of doing that.
It's just been all around mad scientist for a good many years.
When I moved, I moved around a lot after high school, and when I came back up to the Bay Area, got with the homie Zilla, and we started this little Stems of Wisdom thing with my older brother, and that was like a big turning point as far as like recording and doing my own audio, all from scratch. We got to the point where people thought, this would sound like it was a professional studio, but this was us just doing our thing. We used to get together like every Thursday, and we probably got 40 plus tracks recorded doing that.
Yeah, and it's been because I know you're a dude who really loves hip hop. I know that you really love hip hop and you really support it, and and one thing that you do to keep it pushing is Yellow Cake Radio. Why don't you break that down too?
I would love to. Okay, so Yellow Cake Radio, that started about the same time that I started with Stems of Wisdom, and we got that together with my boy Tone at SF State, boys from SAC, and man, we just vibed on the same thing. We used to rap in the cypher over at SF State, so shout out to all the folks from the SF State cyphers, they was holding it down. And we had this radio class that was nothing I was really into, but it kind of comes together as far as recording and all that, recording yourselves talking. And Tone had this great idea for Yellow Cake Radio, and he wanted to play the soul records, and that kind of just sparked a little interest to me because I was raised, listening to soul music, all the Motown, and everything like that, and we was playing the sample records and we would play the hip-hop records, so it kind of tied in best of both worlds, because I love to sample, take loops and rap over them, and I love hip-hop, so that was kind of our thing. And you know, we kept doing it for a few years, and we keeping it pushing. This year we're gonna start it all over, man, so that's a new little thing. We gotta, you know, push this Yellow Cake thing, and who doesn't love Yellow Cake? That's all I can say, you know.
Yeah, that's what's up, man. You know, I wanted to throw that out there because I know y'all put, you know what I'm saying, you guys got a dope format, and you know, you guys support the homies, you guys support, you know, Bay Area cats and beyond, you know, doing the thing, man. And I just wanted to put that out there, man, because that's pretty important, you know what I mean, or I think it's important.
Yeah, bless up everybody that listen to Yellow Cake Radio, and you know, it's definitely a work in progress, and it's just something I love to do, you know.
Word up, man. All right, so back to the rapping steez, you know, because you got a pretty, to me, you have a pretty particular style. I mean, it's, you know, it's very versatile kind of style, but, you know, if you will, or if you would attempt to, how would you like to describe your style, or like your, you know what I'm saying, your music, or your category of music, your category of rap, if you will?
Oh man, I mean, I make music off inspiration purely, and I'm inspired by so many different sounds, so that's why you would say versatility. You know, I'll mess with some electro sounds, I'll do with bass, grimy, you know, and you already know about the soul samples and all the, you know, making beats from loops. I love looping beats, like simple is good. And as far as writing, it's always just came to me. It's, you know, I'd be sitting in class and trying to pay attention, but really just when you have something that's brought to your mind, and you're thinking about all these words and putting them together on paper, you know, it's just something you can't hold back from when you're passionate about that, you know. And that's why I continue to do it no matter what, no matter how many people listen or download my stuff, or how many plays I get, it doesn't matter.
Yeah, it's about the love.
It's what we do, you know.
Yeah, you got a lot of interesting references though, man. You got some, talk about some pretty ill stuff that I think, you know, that I would say to everybody, you know, to some people, you know, you listening to it because we're just talking about this, you know, you could sit there and you could talk with a person and try to tell them something, you know, in a regular conversation, right? They might not catch it, but then, or they might not want to catch it. When you sit there and you bust it to them, then they're like, oh fuck, that was dope, right?
Yeah, well, I see that this is the thing I like about hip hop, is because we're able to say whatever we want, you know, and no matter who judges you for it, you know, I try not to judge people about what they say, because that's them, you know, that's them and talking to whatever they want, you know. And as far as bringing across a message, what better way to do it, you know? And if you can make it sound good and you got your nice rap style going, and you put in the time and the effort, and you love what you're doing, then, you know, your message is going to come through a little bit clearer to the people. And it doesn't hurt to have dope people around you that are sending you dope beats, you know. Shout out to all my folks that do that, you know.
Shout out the producers.
Yeah, homie Lord Lorenz, what's good, you know?
Holding it down, that's what's up.
Yeah.
Man, let's see what else here, man. I mean, cause you know, I mean, we're young, but in a way we're kind of like OG though, cause like we're like at that like weird kind of young OG stage where you know what I'm saying, we're still young, but we're kind of OG though.
Yeah.
You know, we're kind of seasoned, man. I mean, we've seen a lot of things. I know you've seen a lot of things, and you've got a lot of experience, man. And you know, with all your experience with hip hop and just the world and everything, man, where do you see hip hop going, or where would you like to see it go, you know, in the year 2013 and beyond?
Well, I mean, if hip hop in its purest form is expression and it's freedom. So as long as there's people willing to express themselves for who they are and willing to be free, then hip-hop is going to flourish no matter what year it is, no matter the place or time, you know. And we are all together in this environment no matter where you are. So as long as you recognize your environment and you're willing to be somebody that, you know, is bringing their message to their environment and talking about what's going on in their environment, then hip-hop will always be around, because there's plenty of people that want to talk about that, you know. And that's without even recognizing what people might think hip-hop is, you know. So you got to know that you are in your environment, you are a product of your environment, you want to say that, but you also are connected to all your folks, you know. And so stick with your message, do what you gotta do.
Yeah, because there's a lot of like weird, I know we just talked about Yellow Cake, there's a lot of weird like yellow tape where I think maybe a lot of people, maybe a lot of artists, or maybe a lot of just, not even just artists, but just, you know what I'm saying, people of the hip-hop culture, and that goes for fans too, where, you know, we put a lot of restriction on ourselves and shit, right, where we like, oh, I can't say this because I do this, or, you know, because I hang out with this guy, or hang out with this girl over here.
Well, I mean, I've addressed a lot of this, and no, I'm not, you know, I want to say that as far as that goes, you are born with yourself and you die with yourself, and if in between you have to lose yourself and you have to find yourself again, you might lose yourself again, but really you got yourself, and you gotta express yourself. Also, as far as like people that want to say, they want to say, okay, I'm worried about what this person's gonna think if I say this, or oh, they might take this line the wrong way. It's gonna happen regardless of how you try to control it. You know, there's always gonna be somebody that has something negative to say. But if you are true to yourself, then it doesn't matter what they say. You know.
Word up. So I mean, we're just gonna keep pumping out these porno records. No, I'm playing.
Yeah, I mean, if that represents you, you know.
Yeah, no.
And like I said, that's something to do with your environment too, you know.
Yeah.
That's, maybe you're not to blame for that, but that's how you want to present yourself.
No.
Man, I mean,
yeah.
I'm not gonna tell you not to do it, but I will say that I'm not gonna do it myself, because it's not me. So there you go.
My man, Taste Nate.
Yep.
So what's going down, dog? What can we expect from you in the future, in the near future? Like, you know what I'm saying? What can we look forward to?
We got a project with my group, Stems of Wisdom. We've been sitting on. That's gonna come out. Me and Lord Lorenz from Houston got a solid album called Articles of Poetry. I've already started to put out some videos for that. You can check that out on YouTube. So just look up Taste Nate. Also, me and my boy KF Black, we got a mixtape that is complete, and that's just pure hip hop. And also, one more thing, I'm gonna be hitting you with a lot of beats and letting some folks shine on this Yellow Cake with the free verses, and probably get a podcast going pretty real soon, so expect that.
And one more thing too, why don't you just let them know what we're doing here today, because we had a little session today too, man. Why don't we tell them about this track we was laying down?
Okay, so yeah, I mean, you know, we talked about doing a track for a while now. I thought I had to, you know, find the right instrumental, and what better way than to make it myself. And I feel like in the Bay Area, being somebody who's, you know, that's mixed, Puerto Rican, Italian, and other stuff, like, you know, I'm really kind of disconnected from some of my culture, you know, and that's kind of what I want to do with this record. And also being that Puerto Rican's been around doing hip hop since freaking it started.
Yeah.
I wanted to pull a little Puerto Rican type of sample.
And tell them what the title is called too, though.
Body Cane.
Body Cane.
Yeah. Yep. It's Body Cane heavy, man. You gotta find your folks. anytime I meet somebody Puerto Rican around here, it's just like, it's all love, you know?
Yup. One love, Taste, Nate. Appreciate you, dog. You know what I'm saying? Big ups, player. We out here.
Yeah,
Thank you for holding me down.
Oh, for sure. What's up?
Yee, you know.
Yeah, I got my Timbs on. I'm in the tabernacle. Who said they saw Nastero whack? Silent Bob did, said it in the mirror, Max. We can sip a beer with syrup, put the spirit back. Understand the lap band, sitting where you sat. Contraband extractions, aerodynamic. Schema, scumma, scallywag, tear that ass in half. Turmeric, terror, Taliban, spare me from the pack. Yeah, I got my paws in every group therapy, but I don't know what hearsay is heresy. I used to be a parakeet, America was missing beak. Sister missing sister, Charlotte Iserby. Is this for me? Cause I know God will accept my apology. Watchdog stealing triple beam from biology. Rolling thunder gullible, we in oligarchy. You can't keep me from my friends, prisoners would guard me. Yeah, raise your hands then, raise your heads then, raise your voice, now you waking up the dead. Yeah, amphibian land, make them sound ambient. Flip the canvas when you waking up the dead. Yeah, raise your hands then, raise your head then, raise your voice, now you waking up the dead. Yeah, amphibian land, make them sound ambient. Flip the canvas when you waking up the dead. Yeah.
He's got the headache I don't want. You know what I mean? You know the curve he lost again, don't you?
He said I wouldn't want to ride that by.
You get on in South Van Nuys, and you go to get on the bridge. It's that.
Oh, he was coming from Market?
He's coming from South Van Nuys, and that's what I had to tell him. I go, he's not the only one. Everyone loses it in that curve who don't know it.
Oh, yeah.
It's a curve that everyone screws up in. A week and a half, about 2 weeks ago, I did a
Sayonara.
2013.
What it is now.
Rebels and poets.
Hey yo, my whole squad sick, cuz.
Rebels and poets.
In the heart of the struggle now.
Rebels and poets.
What?
Rebels and poets.
Say what?
Rebels and poets.
Hey yo, we out here, man.
Rebels and poets.
Game recognized game, man. We
Rebels and poets.